What helped me when I sat as a brand new person, starting to get the business going? I think possibly what I want to try and do is try and shift your focus from short-term gratification to delayed gratification. I think we come from a society that is very much focused on convenience and fast results. And we work this month and we get paid at the end of this month. And I'm going to challenge you to shift your thinking from an income attitude to an asset attitude. Income attitude, short-term gratification. Asset attitude, delayed gratification. Can I see here who would like to improve their lives with an extra 30 to 40,000 rand a month from this business opportunity? Okay, it's a predictable response for a room this size. That's everybody. Now, if I had to ask the financial wizards amongst you, what would you hazard a guess you would have to have invested with a financial institution to generate an extra 30 to 40,000 rand a month? What would you hazard a guess that number would need to be? You would need to have around 6 million rand invested in assets to produce around 30 to 40,000 rand a month in recurring revenue. I'd like to introduce you to the people that have done that from this business vehicle. Can I ask all the emeralds to stand up and turn around so that you can meet them all? Every one of those people that just stood up have created an asset worth 6 million rand that produces a recurring income stream of 30 to 40,000 rand a month. Now, what we know is that every single one of those emeralds who stood up, in order to have put together an asset of around 6 million rand that produces 30 to 40,000 rand in recurring income, would have to have personally introduced around 30 households. If I'm conservative, and we use the following ratio, now some of you will get better ratios than this, some of you might even get worse ratios than this, but I'm going to use this as an average. Can we assume that if you need to introduce 30 households, that you would have a ratio of 1 in 5? That 1 out of every 5 people that you spoke to or exposed the business to, and for brand new people, you'll hear the term we use, the sort of language from inside this room is show them the plan. That's an exposure. That's introducing them to the opportunity. Would you agree with me that 1 in 5 would be a safe conservative ratio? That you would show 5 people, expose them to the business, and 1 of them would then partner with you and join your team. Could we then make the following association? That if you need to personally introduce 30 at a ratio of 1 in 5, how many do you need to work through? You'd need to work through 150 households. So you would then need to work through 150 to find 30 who partner with you. To find 30, it would mean that you would have to find 120 who turn the offer down, who basically say no to you. If it takes 30 personal introductions to produce an asset of 6 million rand that creates a recurring income of 30 to 40,000 rand a month, and you have to personally work through 150 plans, presentations, introductions, could we do the following? Could we take 6 million rand and divide it by 150? That number is 40,000 rand. That means every person you speak to about the business, irrespective of whether they partner with you or they decline the offer, if you work through 150 to find 30, every person you speak to is worth 40,000 rand. So now, here's what I went and did. This is what I went and did. I imagined that when I joined the business, that my IBO number, independent business owner number, was my bank account number. And I created a virtual bank account. And every time I spoke to somebody, irrespective of what they chose to do, I banked 40,000 rand into my virtual bank account. You see, when I viewed it like that, it made it very hard for me to walk away from it. We know the numbers. The results are predictable. The formula is predictable. So we just focus on getting to 150. And every time we show somebody, we're banking 40,000 rand. What I loved about this is that the results were predictable if I worked the numbers. None of these people came into this with strong sales skills, but every one of them understood that it took 30 personal introductions. To get those 30 personal introductions at a ratio of 1 in 5, they're going to have to work through 150 and do that in 1 year. And they set up the bases that put together a 6 million rand asset that produces a recurring revenue stream of 30 to 40,000 rand a month. And that means every single one of you can do the same. So in closing, when we got started, we were in serious financial trouble when we started this business. And I just figured that I would take as many no's as it took from the people whose opinions didn't matter to me to just never again have to say no to my family's dreams and goals. What are your family's dreams and goals worth to you? How many no's are your family's goals and dreams worth to you? Go and get some no's. Thank you.